How can I get over my fear of rejection? Historically, a human without a social group faced a quick death, as survival was dependent on being part of a community in times of old. Conditions were harsh, and it took an entire village to survive. As a result of this fact, our brain sends us intense signals of pain when we face rejection to make efforts to reconnect with our community. In today's world, we can better survive on our own. However, the brain still sends these signals when they feel we are being isolated. However, rather than value this warning sign, most people end up living in fear of it. You can get over your fear of rejection in the following ways. Sometimes, expect rejection. Everybody, no matter how attractive, amiable, rich, or skilled, has experienced rejection somehow. It's the way of life. No matter how nice and impressive you look, someone will get tired of you or find something they consider better. You wouldn't be able to meet the needs of everyone at all times, and you are not compatible with everybody. Once you accept this fact, you will get rid of your fear of rejection and keep living your life. Most rejections aren't about you. Rejection is twofold. However, rejection speaks more about the person rejecting than it does about you. The person rejecting has their history and experience that influence their decision to accept or reject you. A person with a string of bad experiences with people named Dave might be skeptical about having relationships with someone named Dave, no matter how perfect the person is. A person with a bad experience with people who can't stick to time might decide not to accept you if your very first impression is a missed deadline. When this is the case, we can learn from such experiences and become better. Do not make rejection your whole life story. As previously stated, everybody has been rejected in various ways. Most people consider rejections as a learning opportunity to fix the reasons for the rejection, while some assume the identity of a victim. The more you linger and cry over being rejected, the more hurt you will feel. Rejection is a common occurrence in life, and there is more to you than being rejected. Accept that to grow, you must take risks. Risks is an ever-present part of life. You risk a loss when you decide to fall in love. You risk your finances when you invest. You risk injuries when you hop on that amazing surfboard. The examples are endless. Risk is a part of life, and life would be extremely boring if we all decided not to take any risk. According to Ralph Waldo Emerson, all life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Research has proven that we require connections to thrive, and avoiding these connections because of fear of rejection leads to an empty life.